Welcome to the Ellis Junior High Round Robin Scramble. This is Marty Hollern. Going to be doing the play-by-play on the matches here. We'll be starting momentarily. Had a few scratches. They're updating some weight classes and items like that. As soon as we go live, I'll come back on the air and we'll have two mats going on. And I'll try and do my best to pronounce the names as best as I can. And have some good wrestling here in a little bit. Welcome to the Ellis Junior High Round Robin Scramble. We had some technical difficulties. We're getting things underway now. Public announcer is going over some comments.
On the west side of the gym here, and mat 2 on the east side. At this time, would you please rise and remove your caps as we play our national anthem. Mark, of course, today we apologize.
Well, I guess technical difficulties hit the national anthem as well. So we'll be starting. I have a bracket list here. And first match on mat number 1 is Connor Bright from TMP, William Jessup from Phillipsburg. Mat 2 is Corey Botserman from Oakley and Tate Blackwell from Treagle.
Next available on 4, Jacobs from Boynton, Miller from Phillipsburg.
Apologize for technical difficulties. Looks like William Jessup won by a fall in that first match with Connor Bright. Over here on mat, your mat number 2, the black mat, score is now 7-0. Seven to nothing for Tate Blackwell from Trigo over Coy Bosserman of Oakley. On the gray mat is Brendan Seibel from Ellis and Damian Gregory from Phillipsburg. Gregory with quick takedown first period. Time runs out in the second period on the black mat for Blackwell. Score is 10-0 right now. Seibel is fighting off his back, keeps turning. Gregory has a half Nelson in fairly tight, and there's the fall. Gregory win by fall over Brandon Seibel. On the black mat, they are doing a blood timeout. Bout number 4 on the gray mat will be Nolan Jacobs of Hoisington and Alec Miller of Phillipsburg. Black mat and Blackwell is well in lead with 10 points. Escape by Bosserman from Oakley. Mat 1, Miller is referee calls time, stalemate. Weren't advancing on the move. Again, Miller shoots deep on a single leg, countered by Jacobs. Miller gets to take down, short time remaining in it. And at the end of the first period, it is Miller of Phillipsburg with the score leading 2-0. And in the final period, just 6 seconds left on mat number 2. The winner with a score of 12-2 is Tate Blackwell of Trigo over Coy Bosserman of Oakley. On mat number 1, Miller is now in control 4-0 in the second period with 30 seconds left.
Big opponent win Trigo, about 5 on mat 2. Big Oakley win Trigo.
Mat number 2 will be bout 5. Bout number 5, Easton Fink of Oakley versus Ashton Wynn of Trigo.
And the wrestlers, please remember that we have 2 people on that side in these matches, please. Wrestling managers, 2 people alongside Matt. Thank you.
Second period, Jacobs on mat number 1 will be on top. Has it cradled up. Gives up the cradle. Miller from Phillipsburg gets a reversal in the third period with 1:23 left. Score 4-0. Mat number 2, the official calls him out of bounds with just 2 seconds left remaining in the first period. Score 0-0. Miller gets Jacobs on his back. 1:04 left. Half Nelson's in tight. Time is up. Winner is Alec Miller of Phillipsburg over Nolan Jacobs of Hoisington. Score of 7-0.
Up next on mat number 1, bout number 6, Foreman of Phillipsburg, Martin of Hoisington.
Bout number 6 on mat 1 will be Cleveland Corman of Phillipsburg and Mason Martin of Hoisington.
Bout 6 on mat 1.
I apologize. We're having some technical difficulties here with the scoreboards. Trying to get things straightened out here. But bout 6, Corman and Martin. In the second period with 30 seconds left, the score is 4-2 with Wynn in the lead. Shoots in tight on the single leg and gets the takedown for 2 points. Leading 6-2 now with just 16 seconds left in the second period. That number 1 is Martin and Corman. Corman comes behind and gets the takedown, leading the score 2-0 with 20 seconds left. At number 2, the officials looking over the score, make sure it's scored properly. Corman has a bar arm on both arms, both wrists. Rolls the wrist, puts in the half Nelson. Short time, though. Time will expire in the first period. No points awarded. With Corman leading 2-0. Wynn starts the third period on top over Easton Fink. The score is 6-2 with 1:20 left in the third period. And the official gives an escape on mat number 2, leaving the score 6-3 with 1 minute left. Two near fall points rewarded for Corman and Phillipsburg, leading 4-0 with 25 seconds left. Oh, Corman fell into a move, and the official gave takedown 2 to Martin, and Corman does a reversal, puts in a half Nelson in right away with tight waist. Gives up the half Nelson. 5 seconds left in the fourth period, or second period. Leading with a score of 6-2 is Corman of Phillipsburg over Martin Hoisington. Wynn has a reverse half Nelson in, trying to get back points. 2 near fall points awarded. Score is now 10-3 with 7 seconds left in the third period. And the winner is Ashton Wynn of Trigo over Easton Fink of Oakley.
On mat 2, foul number 7, Beal of Oakley and Beaver of Boise. Foul 7, mat 2.
Carson Bill will be taking on Landon Beaver on mat number 2. Corman's leading 6-2 over Mason Martin of Hoisington with just 3 seconds left. And your winner with the decision of 6-2 is Cleveland Corman of Phillipsburg over Mason Martin.
Up next on mat 1, mat number 8, Brown of Phillipsburg, Grade of Boise. Mat 1, foul number 8.
Beal of Oakley got Beaver of Hoisington in a quick takedown. Beaver fighting off the back. Beal gets 3 near fall, leading score 5-0, coming to the end of the first period. On mat number 1 is Cerise Brown versus Lillian Gradig from Hoisington. And Brown from Phillipsburg gets a quick takedown. Time is called, but she got a quick takedown for 2 points. And it looks like she had an illegal full Nelson on, so it scores 2-1. Beaver pinned Beal of Oakley on mat number 2. So next match will be, it looks like it's going to be Byers of Ellis and Youngkin of Oakley on mat number 2. We have a reversal on mat number 1 for Gradig. Working on a half Nelson. Short time, 5 seconds just left in the first period. And Lillian Gradig is leading Cerise Brown 3-2 going into the second period. Byers gets a quick takedown on Youngkin from Oakley. He's got a half Nelson in. Youngkin trying to do a stand-up. Mat number 1. Gradig is on top with Brown trying to do a stand-up. Peels off the half Nelson. Brown trying to work up and grab a single leg out of there. Gradig still in control. 20 seconds left in the second period, leading with a score of 3-2. Oh, she lets up thinking it was wrestlers. She thought the whistle went off, so now we have a tie score 3-3 with just 9 seconds left. And then Brown gets a takedown, and then a quick reversal as well. So a lot of activity there in the last 9 seconds of the second period. Score is now tied 5-5. Young ladies stopped when they heard a whistle, but it was the whistle on the other mat. Byers is starting second period, leading 5-0. Gets Yunkin on his back with 2 quick near fall. Now leading 7-0. 1:13 left in the second period.
I'd like to remind all of our spectators to please make sure you are wearing your mask or face covering appropriately. Also, a reminder to our wrestlers and managers.
Brown still in control on mat number 1. And there's the fall for Ben Byers of Ellis over Tate Yunkin of Oakley. 30 seconds left in the third period. And Lillian Gradig just got a reversal. Now leads 7-5 with 18 seconds left on mat number 1. Score still 7-5 with 6 seconds left now. And Gradig trying to get some back points and does get 2 near fall back points. Will win with a score of 9-5 over Cerise Brown of Phillipsburg. On mat number 2, we have Ethan Fonenstill of TMP and Nathan Norville of Hoisington.
Up next,
and on mat number 1, we will have Blaze Staub of TMP and Layla Keener of Hoisington. Mat number 2, Ethan Fonenstill with a quick takedown and gets the fall with just 30 seconds in there. Ethan Fonenstill with the pin over Nathan Norvell of Hoisington. Mat number 1, no score yet. 30 seconds left in the match, on the period. Keener tried for a headlock, and Staub stepped in back and has now control and gets 2 points for a takedown, leading 2-0 with 20 seconds left in the first period. Gets a reverse half Nelson in. And there is the fall for Blaze Staub over Keener of Hoisington.
There's just some changes.
Just received an updated bout sheet. If I called some of the wrestlers wrong, I apologize for that, but now have an updated bout sheet.
Brown of Hoisington, Arnold Ellis.
Bout number 2 will be.
Up on mat 2, bout number 13.
It looks like we're moving to different matches around. So bout number 12 is Caleb Marinser from TMP and Clay Habiger from Phillipsburg.
Bout number 13, Brown of Hoisington, Arnold Ellis.
Bout number 13 will be on
Next available match, Schwartz of Hoisington,
mat
Jackson of Oakley.
1. Looks like it's going to be Aubrey Brown of Hoisington versus Charlie Arnold of Ellis. And that will be on mat number 2. Stand corrected on that. Habiger from Phillipsburg and Maritza from TMP on mat number 1. And on mat number 2, Aubrey Brown just got a takedown on Arnold of Ellis. Working for some back points. Mat number 1, the official still calls it even. Working on a headlock. No control yet. Short time of 10 seconds. On mat number 1, no points awarded yet. And we end that period with no score being done in mat number 1 with Habiger, I apologize for that, and Maritzer of TMP. At number 2, the score is 2-1 with 17 seconds left. Aubrey Brown leading Charlie Arnold of Ellis. Gets a half Nelson in, working for some back points with short time left in the first period. Marincer has the short fireman's available, but is not able to work it. Crossface by Habiger from Phillipsburg and gets 2 points for a reversal. And one escape by Marincer right away. Score of 2-1 now with 12 seconds left in the second period. Score still 2-1 in the mat number 2 with Aubrey Brown and Charlie Arnold, with Brown in the lead, leading 2-1. Habiger takes bottom, trailing 2-1. Scores 4-1 on mat number 2 for Brown over Charlie Arnold. An escape there. Should have a tie score of 2-2. Yep, now the score clock shows it, 2-2. An escape with 30 seconds left in the third period. 3 more near fall points for Aubrey Brown of Hoisington over Charlie Arnold, and is now leading 7-1 going into the third period. 14 seconds left, tight match. 10 seconds left, still no control. Both wrestlers trying to get control with just 1 second left, and we are going into overtime in mat number 1, bout number 12, between Caleb Marincer and Clay Habiger of Phillipsburg. First takedown wins. Brown trying to stand up. We have locked hands, but it's part of a pending combination, I guess. Okay, there's a reversal by Brown. 2 reversal. Official hasn't given takedown yet. Good scramble here with 30 seconds left in the overtime match between Marincer and Habiger. And there is a fall for Aubrey Brown over of Hoisington over Charlie Arnold of Ellis. 10 seconds left. Good scramble. And we're going to the 30 seconds of the next sudden death. So the official's going to go back and find out who had the first takedown to figure out who gets choice on the overtime round. I think it was Habiger, yeah. Gets choice. No, I apologize for that. Marincer gets choice, chooses bottom. So he'll want to try and get out and score, and Habiger wants to try and control and gets points right away for locked hands for Marincer. That could be very important. On mat number 2, we have Paige Schwartz of Hoisington and Abby Jackson of Oakley. 30 seconds left in the first period. Both ladies working for single legs. Locked hands again for to be awarded to Marincer, the TMP. Habiger had his hands locked again. That's the second time. Should be 4-2 with 8 seconds left. And it looks like Abby has chosen top. And Paige Schwartz is on bottom, starting second period. Okay. Score is 4-2. Marincer is in the lead, and then he gets the locked hands called on him. So the score will be 4-3 now with 14 seconds left. Official stops it, but it'll be 4-3 now with 13 seconds left in the overtime. If Habiger gets a reversal or an escape, tie this up. Reversal would win it. Marincer just wants to try and ride him out. Real close here for a time is called. No points awarded. And the winner will be Habiger, or Marincer, I apologize. Score of 4-3. Caleb Marincer wins in overtime match over Clay Habiger. Mat number 2, we are at a score of 2-0 for Abby Jackson leading Paige Schwartz of Hoisington. She's got the cradle in. Try and tip it back and get some back points. Needs to go a little bit slower when she pulls back. Still no points awarded. And we'll go into the third period with a score of 2-0 for Abby Jackson over Paige Schwartz. Mat number 1, we have Cade Schwinn of Phillipsburg and Rick Kreitzer of Ellis. Abby trying to peel off the wrist, get an escape over Paige. And a quick 2 points for Rick Kreitzer over Cade Schwinn of Phillipsburg on mat number 1. Abby got an escape and is working quickly on a takedown, has a single leg in tight. Schwartz trying to cross face out of it. Kreitzer's got the half Nelson in, and I think he may have touched both hands, so full Nelson, illegal hold called. So he'll still be in the lead, 2-1 over Cade Schwinn of Phillipsburg. Time is called. Looks like we may have a blood timeout for Paige Schwartz of Hoisington. Both wrestlers going over to the cleaning station. So there'll be a blood timeout on mat number 2. Gives us focus on mat number 1, which has Rick Kreitzer leading Cage Schwinn 2-1. Schwinn takes bottom, Kreitzer on top. Grabs the ankle, breaks down the base. Possible near side cradle. Getting back points. Only getting 1 counts. So now he's getting some back points. He's getting a lot of 1 counts. 30 seconds left. Getting a little high. Needs to post his head so he doesn't get rolled over by Schwinn. Still on blood timeout on mat number 2. 13 seconds left on mat 1, second period. Kreitzer in control. Should be receiving some back points here momentarily. Two near fall points. Had the same pinning move, a lot of 1 and 2 counts, and wasn't able to get a full count for some 3 points. And now Kreitzer's taking bottom. Start the second period or third period. Kreitzer gets a quick reversal. Now leads the score 6-1. Looks like we're about ready to start wrestling again on mat number 2 with Abby Jackson in control 3-2 over Paige Schwartz. "20 seconds left in the third period. Kreitzer is close to pinning Schwinn. Jackson grabs the single leg. Mat number 2. 10 seconds left. No points awarded, but Abby Jackson of Oakley will defeat Paige Schwartz 4-2. And Kreitzer gets the fall in the third period with time running out over Cage Schwinn.
Up on mat 1, bout number 17, Springer of Phillipsburg, Holmes of EMP.
On mat number 2 will be Blake Baresh of Phillipsburg versus Rex Eberly of Oakley. And Oakley will be in the green. Phillipsburg will be red. And then on mat number 1, we'll have Colin Springer, Phillipsburg versus Tiernan Holmes of TMP. And Holmes is in the green, Tiernan in the red, or Springer in the red. Wrestler scrambling on mat 2. Referee calls him out of bounds. Start neutral position with 37 seconds left in the first period. Both Mets wrestlers are neutral position. There's a takedown by Eberly. I apologize for that. Yeah, Eberly of Oakley, or Bresh, apologize for that. Bresh of Phillipsburg had the takedown with 10 seconds left on mat number 2. Holmes is getting some back points and will lead 5-0 at the end of the first period. Everly starts on bottom on mat number 2. And Springer's on top on mat number 1. Wrist control by Baresh of Phillipsburg. Got reversal. There is quick 10 in the second period for Turner Holmes of TMP.
On mat 1, bout number 18. Pryor, Oakley.
Yeah, TMP.
Sampson, Trio.
Over Colin Springer of Phillipsburg. Next match is Carter Cryer of Oakley, who will be in the red, and Aaron Sampson Trigo in the green. 2 points there right at the end of the period. Leading score of 4-1 now is Baresh of Phillipsburg. And he will start on bottom against Everly of Oakley. Cryer of Oakley with a 2-point takedown, trying to get a tip here, get some back points, but Sampson was able to fight off his back. What? Oh, stepped right into a headlock because Sampson would have went with it, but didn't. There's locked hands called on Cryer from Oakley. That'll be stop the match. So now it's a score of 2-1. Cryer ahead of Sampson in the first period with 15 seconds left. Mat number 2, we're coming to the end of the third period with a score of 4-1 with Baresh of Phillipsburg leading Rex Everly of Oakley. Three more points near fall for Cryer of Oakley. Leads 7-2 now going into the second period. Mat number 2 will have Clara Berser of Hoisington and Brooklyn Roth of Phillipsburg. Clara will be in red and Brooklyn in green, I would assume. Score is 9-2 with 30 seconds left in the second period on mat number 1. With Cryer leading over Sampson of Trigo. Roth trying to control the elbow and looks like shoot in for a single leg. Drops down, comes back to stance. We have a neutral start for the third period with Cryer leading Sampson 9-2 with 1 minute left. Sampson shoots in for a single leg. Cryer counters, has his arms crossed, getting some back points. Roth gets the takedown on over Berser of Hoisington. 8 seconds left in the first period. Cryer trying to get that back pin. Has it tight. And there's the fall. Cryer with the fall over Sampson of Trigo. Mat 1. Going into the second period, it looks like Boisington deferred, and Roth is now chosen neutral position to start their match, or start the second period. Roth leading 2-1 or 2-0. Shoots in for a double leg and gets it, and now leads 4-0. Puts in a half Nelson, going for the pin, driving the half Nelson, but Berzer's able to peel that half Nelson off. Mat number 1, we got Rowland, Minkler, Phillipsburg, and Austin Gilbert at TMP. Phillipsburg is in the red. Gilbert, TMP in the green. And gets the takedown. Could have went either way on that one, the way they were scrambling. Looks like he's got it cradled up on Minkler. Austin does on Rowland. Back points being awarded on mat number 1. Short time of 10 seconds left. Brooklyn Roth is on bottom starting the third period. Berzer trailing 4-0 in that one. The end of the first period on mat number 1, it's 5-0 with Austin Gilbert leading over Rowland Minkler. Or I'm sorry. Yeah. I apologize. I don't have track wrestling dashboard to help me with this, so I'm looking off a sheet of paper to get the names and teams. And Roth finds herself in trouble. She's behind 4-0. And Berzer has her on her back. And there's the fall. Trailing 4-0. Claire Berzer comes back to defeat Brooklyn Roth of Phillipsburg with the fall.
Hassel, Phillipsburg, Geist of TMP. Next available, Glassman of Oakley.
Minkler fighting off his back. Gilbert has it in fairly tight now, and there's the fall. Austin Gilbert defeats Alan Minkler of Phillipsburg with the fall.
Up on mat 1, number 22, Glassman of Oakley, Rubble of Trigo.
Mat number 2 is Adrian Hassel of Phillipsburg and Logan Geist of TMP. Phillipsburg will be red and TMP green on that match on mat number 2. Mat number 1, we have Keegan Classman of Oakley and Pierce Rummel of Trigo. And Oakley is in red and Pierce Rummel is green. 2-point takedown in mat number 2 for Logan Geist, TMP. Has a half Nelson in. Drives it. Loses the half Nelson. There's locked. He's got locked hands. The official didn't see it, so 2 points now for Pierce Rummel of Trigo. Takedown with 25 seconds left. Official calls time. 1 point technical violation for locked hands after he came down with the takedown. So Pierce is still ahead 2-1 over Keegan Glassman of Oakley. At the end of the first period, mat number 2, Logan Geist is ahead 2-0 over Adrian Hassel. Potentially dangerous call on mat number 1. Arm was beyond the 90-degree hold that he had on him. Short time of 8 seconds left on mat number 1. Pierce Rummel leading 2-1 over Keegan Glassman. Score is still 2-0 on mat number 2 with Logan Geist leading Adrian Hassel of Phillipsburg. Another potentially dangerous call. Mat number 2. Rommel started on bottom, second period. Working quick for a reversal. 2 points rewarded now. So now leading 4-1 for Pierce Rommel over Keegan Glassman. Both wrestlers on both mats trying to tie up. There's a cradle available to Logan Geist, TMP, if he would want that. But he's trying to do a tip. It looks like now. Well, not quite for sure on the cradle there. Rommel working on a half Nelson. Almost had full Nelson going on, so he needs to be careful of that. Short time. Rommel still leading with the score of 4-1 going into the third period. And Rommel will be on top. Final period on mat 2. Scores 2-0. Now, Geist got a takedown, so it's leading 4-0 with 30 seconds left in that match over Adrian Hassel, Phillipsburg. Working on a tip, getting chest, getting some back points now. Both wrestlers are, Rommel and Geist, trying to get falls here. 3 points near fall given to Geist TMP with 8 seconds left in the third period. And Rommel has another 3 points coming to him. With the final 7-0, Geist wins on mat number 2, and Rommel gets the fall with just 5 seconds left in the third period over his opponent, Keegan Glassman. On mat number 2 will be bat number 23.
Foster Oakley. Next available, Shields, Phillipsburg, Worth, TMP.
Okay, the announcer just had it differently, but we're going to go with Garrett Johnson of Phillipsburg and Kyler Russell on mat number 1 of Hoisington. Kyler Russell of Hoisington in the red. Johnson will be in green. And then on mat number 2, bout number 24, will be Caden Sisson of Phillipsburg in the green and Dradden Foster of Oakley in the red. With a quick fall, 24 seconds into the match, is Kyler Russell of Hoisington over Garrett Johnson. So on mat number 1 now, we'll have Braxton Shields, Phillipsburg, and Easton Worth at TMP. Shields will be green, Worth red on mat number 1. And the score is 2-0. Bat number 2. Shields with a quick takedown over Worth at TMP. Gets 3 points and leads 5-0. And there's the fall. 33 seconds left in the first period. Braxton Shields over Easton Worth at TMP. Mat number 2, the score is 5-0. Caden Sisson leading Dradden Foster of Oakley.
Next up on mat 1, bout number 26.
Locked hands
Phillipsburg,
on Foster.
Next available, Paul Phillipsburg, Urban, Boyington.
Official calls him out of bounds. One more point for Sisson of Phillipsburg. Locked hands on Foster there. At number 1, we're going to see Isa Hernandez and Alexis Orozco of Hoisington. Orozco is in red, Hernandez in green. Back points now being awarded for Sisson of Phillipsburg, who's now leading 8-0 in the second period. And there's the fall with 9 seconds left in the second period. Caden Sisson pins Dradden Foster of Oakley. Hernandez and Orozco still on their feet. First period, 15 seconds have been gone. 30 seconds left in the first period. There is a takedown by Hernandez of Phillipsburg. She's got the reverse half in, then steps over and puts in the regular half Nelson. Back points now being awarded for Isa Hernandez. And there's the fall with just 6 seconds left. Hernandez of Phillipsburg pins Alexis Orozco of Hoisington. At number 2, Samantha Hall of Phillipsburg and Zeta Urban of Hoisington. Urban is in the red, Hall is in the green. And Sarah Cox of Hoisington and Madigan Hilly of Trigo, with Cox being red and Hilly green on mat number 1. Urban with the takedown, 15 seconds left, leading 2-0. Almost a locked hands, but full Nelson almost as well. Period ends with Urban leading Hall 2-0 on mat number 2. Hall chooses bottom. 2 points takedown for Hilly of Trigo. 30 seconds left in the first period. Trying for a cradle. Oh, she's pulling across her. Cox has her Granby. Wow. Madigan Hilly used brute strength there to get her pulled over on that cradle. Lost the hold, so she didn't get any back points, but that took a lot of effort on that part. Cox had her Granby that didn't capitalize on it. Into the first period on mat number 1, with Hilly leading 2-0. Mat number 2, Samantha Hall is leading 3-2 over Zeta Urban. Hilly with the bar arm, half Nelson, getting ready to drive it over. Time is called on mat number 2. And looks like Cox had full Nelson again. So the score is now 3-3 with 12 seconds left in the second period. Mat number 2. Hilly has Cox on her back. getting some back points. 20 seconds left in that period, so and there's the fall. 13 seconds left in the second period. Your winner by fall, Madigan Hilly over Sarah Cox. Apologize for that. Mat number 2 is still Samantha Hall and Zeta Urban, with Urban leading 4-3 now. Working on a half Nelson. Mat number 1, we have Caden Bliss of Trigo and Bo Brogdon of Ellis. Brogdon will be in green. Bliss in red. Brogdon gets a headlock on Bliss and gets the fall. In the first period, Bo Brogdon, the winner over Caden Bliss of Trigo with a headlock.
Next available, Trigo.
And your winner with the score of 4-3 is Zeta Urban over Samantha Hall of Phillipsburg. Mat number 1 will be Connor Colby of Trigo and Chaz Roth of Phillipsburg. Colby is in red and Roth is in green. And then we got Malia Vine taking on Gracie Pope. Apologize for that. And on mat number 2, Malia will be in the red. And Gracie will be in the green. Roth gets the takedown. Colby gets an escape. Scores 2-1 on mat number 1. 23 seconds left. First period. Mat number 2 is Malia Vine and Gracie Pope. 2 points. Takedown for Pope. Pope had locked hands. No, he didn't call it because it's part of pinning combination, it looks like. Now it's locked hands. Scores 2-1 on mat number 2. There's locked hands. Vine will be on bottom. Mat number 1. Scores 2-1 starting the second period. Quick stand up by Colby of Trigo. Gets an escape for 1 point. Scores now tied up 2-2. Vine leading 3-2 now. She needs to run around the pipe. Malia does to get some back points. There she's got twisted. She's got her on her back. There's a fall in the first period with 3 seconds left. Malia Vine over Gracie Pope.
Now on that 2, round number 30.
Colby is in the lead over Chaz Roth, 4-2 with 13 seconds left in the second period. Mat number 2 will be Cole Keaton of Phillipsburg and Caleb Noble of Ellis. Noble will be in the red and Keaton in the green. For you folks watching online, wanting to see who's got what score. Two points awarded to Colby of Trigo. Leading 6-2 now with 45 seconds left in the third period. And there is the fall for Colby over Chaz Roth of Phillipsburg.
Now, one, bout number 33, Sharks of Ellis, Christie of Phillipsburg.
Mat number 1 will have Carson Schartz of Ellis and Blaze Christie of Phillipsburg. Mat number 2 wrestlers close to the edge of the mat. Score is still 0-0 with 16 seconds left. Official calls them out of bounds. 14 seconds left. Starting neutral position. Sharks will be in green on mat number 1, and Blaze Christie will be red. Carson gets a quick takedown for 2 points on mat number 1. Has a bar arm. Breaks him down. Still a tight score on mat number 2 of 0-0. Second period, 40 seconds left. Carson got 3 near fall points. Now has a bar arm half Nelson, driving it, getting chest to chest. Short time though, 8 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1. It is called a fall for Carson Schartz, pinning in the first period right at the buzzer over Blaze Christie. Mat number 2, we're still tight score of 0-0 going into the third period with just 6 seconds left. So we'll go into the third period with tight score of 0-0. Mat number 1 will be Lucas Dinkel of Ellis and Camden Myers of Hoisington. Myers will be in red and Dinkel in green. And there's 2 reversal for Keaton of Phillipsburg, getting back points right away on Noble. 40 seconds left in that match. 2 reversal for Schartz. I apologize. 2 takedown for Lucas Dinkel. Has the bar arm half in. Dinkel getting some back points now. And there's the fall. First period of 27 seconds left. Noble gets 2 reversal. And it looks like he's going to get only 2. Gets 3 near fall. So just like that, we have a tie score going into overtime on mat number 2 between Cole Keaton and Caleb Noble. Takedown wins it. And sudden death. Mat number 1 is Cole Shelton of Phillipsburg and Braden Gilmore of TMP. Shelton is in green and Gilmore's in red. Mat number 2 is in overtime with score of 5-5. Takedown will win it. We have takedown for Shelton of Phillipsburg on mat number 1. Has a half Nelson in and driving it. Gilmore gets back to his base, now standing up. Shelton has to let go of we have locked hands. Reversed by Shelton, and he's also going to get 1 point for locked hands. Noble close to a takedown with 20 seconds left. There's takedown, 2 points, and that's the match on mat number 2. Caleb Noble with the win over Cole Keaton in overtime. Mat number 1 scores 3-2 with Gilmore leading Shelton. Shelton gave up a locked hands there, and that's what's costing them right now. It's score 3-2. And it looks like Shelton will be on bottom. Mat number 2. We have Tucker Loesch of Hoisington and Hunter Yingling of Trigo. Gilmore still in control on mat number 1. Has a half Nelson in. Shelton is on his base, though, so pretty difficult getting back points. There's quick. Oh, Shelton tried to go for a headlock and missed it. 2 points take for Loesch of Hoisington over Yingling. Scores 2-0 with 20 seconds left in the first period. We had locked hands on mat number. Looks like multiple infractions there on mat number 1. Once they get it cleared up, I'll tell you what the score is. There's 15 seconds. Well, they're resetting the time as well. On mat number 2, it scores 2-0 with Loesch in the lead, starting the second period. And Yingling is on top, getting instructions from the coach to get a half Nelson in. Has it in, drives, and there's the fall. Hunter Yingling with a pin over Tucker Loesch of Hoisington. Coach told him to put in the half Nelson. He did, and got him fall out of the deal.
Next available.
Phillipsburg coach is talking to the official about the score. Still not correct.
After that, we'll have Van Syke of Hoisington, Estevelle of Hoisington.
Okay, bout number 37 on mat number 2 is going to be Leighton Hoffman of Hoisington and Caden Seams of Phillipsburg. Hoffman is in the red. Seams is in the green. We're going to be fitting in some exhibition matches in here as well. After match number 38, we have Ella Van Soik taking on Jessica Esquivel. Mat number 1, they're still trying to figure out what the score is. There's some locked hands and some other infractions that was going on, so I think they're trying to get that straightened out. We're at the end of the first period in mat number 2. Score 2-0. Have Caden Seams leading Leighton Hoffman of Hoisington. Seams gets well, I thought he was going for the escape, but it looks like he's going for the reversal. Potentially dangerous on that leg. Officials watching it. And there's a reversal by Seams, leading 4-0 over Leighton Hoffman of Hoisington. Still a break in the action on mat number 1, so we'll focus on mat number 2. Seams has a barm half Nelson in on Loesch, or on Hoffman. Getting back points awarded, and there's the fall. Caden Seams with the fall over Leighton Hoffman.
Number 38, Malay Trigo. Boyle, Phillipsburg. Next male will be exhibition bout 38B. Van Syke, Boysington, Esquivel, Boysington.
Mat number 2 is Traxton Malee, Trigo, and Jaden Boyle of Phillipsburg. Malee will be in red, and Boyle, Phillipsburg in green. Get back to action, and right away we get another locked hands. The score was 4-3 in the second period, and that's the third time for locked hands. So the score is now 6-3 for Shelton of Phillipsburg. He had multiple infractions, so now he's getting 2 points awarded. So that's why the score is now 6-3. Malee gets a quick takedown. In the first period, settles back. Boyle trying to fight off his back. Malee gets a little high. Boyle strong. Gets off his back. Malee gets 3 points near fall. And should be a score of 5-2. We'll double check that score at the end of this period. Locked hands again for matches over. Too many violations on Gilmore of TMP. So Shelton will win that one by default with multiple infractions on that. It was ahead 6-3.
Now 38B exhibition. Van Syke,
Mat number 1 will be
Boysington. Mat 1.
Ella Van Soik and Jessica Esquivel. Looks like both ladies are from Hoisington. So should be. I apologize. I'm trying to figure out what they're doing. Yeah, it's takedown 2 and then 3 near fall for Malee of Phillips Wakini, and they finally got that score right. Now we got a delay on mat 1 for that exhibition match, so we'll focus our attention on mat number 2 with Traxton Malee ahead of Jaden Boyle, 5-0 with 50 seconds left in the second period. Malee breaks it down, has a bar arm half Nelson. Boyle fights it off. Boyle back to his base. .20 seconds left in the second period on mat number 2. Score 5-0 Malee. Boyle tried to do a sit out, and Malee counters. Has a double bar arm. Tries to post the head for a tip. Short time now. Okay, and it looks like Jessica is going to be red and Ella in green. On the exhibition, they're not actually giving scores, so the way I see it right now, it's 2-2 with a takedown and a reversal. Malee gets 2 reversal and getting some back points here. Very close to a fall. There it is. So Traxton Malee of Trigo with the fall over Jaden Boyle. And on mat number 1, that is an exhibition match. And they're keeping score and time manually, so apologize, folks. We'll just have to watch it, and you may see the points scored before I do. On mat number 2, looks like we'll be going with Colin Hazelhorse of TMP and William Jessup of Phillipsburg, which is bout number 39. There's 125 bouts today. But then we have some exhibition matches thrown in there as well. So it's like Hazelhorse is red and Jessup is green. Jessup with the takedown, leading 2-0. Jessup gets the cradle hooked up. Hazelhorse trying to kick out of it. Jessup has it in fairly tight. Gets the knee in the side. There's the fall. 10 seconds left in the first period. William Jessup has a fall over Colin Hazelhorse of TMP on mat number 2. Mat number 1, we're still doing the exhibition match with Jessica on top.
Next available.
Has a bar arm. Trying to work on a half Nelson. Mat number 2, we have Damian Gregory of Phillipsburg and Easton Fink of Oakley. Gregory is in the red, Fink in the green. Fink shoots in on a quick double leg, gives it up. Counter by Gregory. Back to neutral positions. Now Gregory shoots in for a double leg and gets it. Takedown 2 for Gregory of Phillipsburg.
Number 1, now 41. Boston, Oakley, Jacobs, Boynton. Next available, Simon, Ellis, Miller, Phillipsburg.
There's a reversal for Fink of Oakley. No, he waves it off. So I think the score is going to be 2-0. He kind of awarded that quick for a reversal. But Corey Bosserman of Oakley and Nolan Jacobs of Hoisington will be on mat number 1. And it looks like Jacobs will be in red and Bosserman in green on mat number 1. The score is 2-0 on mat number 2, starting the second period. With Fink on top. Fink still in control. Jacobs does a whip and gets behind for a takedown on Bosserman. Working on a half Nelson. Now going with the bar arm. On mat number 1, has the half Nelson in. Bar arm half Nelson driving it. Has Bosselman on his back, getting back points. And Gregory got an escape and a takedown. So score should, it's 5-0 now on mat number 2. 3 near fall for Jacobs of Hoisington. At the end of the first period, the score is 5-0. Same score on both mats, 5-0 for the red, which would be Damon Gregory over Easton Fink and Nolan Jacobs over Corey Bosserman. Bosserman's on top, trying to control the wrist. Gregory has a tight cradle in. Fink is kicking his legs, trying to break out of it. Oh, there's fall. Gregory with a pin over Easton Fink. Score is still 5-0 in the second period. Mat number 1. There's locked hands, but the official didn't catch it on mat number 1. Bosserman's still in control. 6 seconds left. Mat number 2, we have Brandon Seibel of Ellis and Alec Miller of Phillipsburg. Seibel is in the red and Miller in green. Seibel got tipped over and Miller got a headlock on him right away. Seibel trying to fight off his back and bridge out of it. Miller has it in tight on Seibel with the headlock. Short time left. There's the fall, though. So Alec Miller pins Brandon Seibel in the first period. 30 seconds left on mat number 1. With Nolan Jacobs ahead of Coy Bosserman, 5-0. There's cradle hooked up by Jacobs. Bosserman breaks out of it. Jacobs goes for the half Nelson now. Mat number 2, we have Cleveland Corman of Phillipsburg and Ethan Fonestil of TMP. Corman is red and Fonestil is green. And the final score on mat number 1 is 5-0. Nolan Jacobs defeats Corey Bosserman. Fonestil with a takedown. Has bar arm.
Next available, Myers, Ellis, Norfolk, Boise.
Getting back points at the edge of the mat. Gets 2 more points near fall for Ethan Fonnett still. Mat number 1, we have Ashton Wynn of Trigo and Caleb Marinser of TMP. Wynn gets the takedown, leading 2-0. Wynn is green and Marinser is red. Time running out in the first period. Mat number 2, score of 4-0. Ethan Fonestil leading Cleveland Corman. There's a headlock by Marinser. No, apologize for that. Vaughn is still fighting off his back. Got caught in a headlock. And Corman getting some back points. And then Vaughn still gets a reversal and gets Corman on his back. And there's the fall. Vaughn still was almost pinned and came back. He was leading, almost got pinned, and came back with a reversal to get the fall.
Next available, Martin, stop, TNT.
Wynn is getting back points on mat number 1. Mat number 2 will have Ben Byers of Ellis and Nathan Norvell of Hoisington. Norvell will be red, and Byers will be green. Wynn close to a fall. Short time, though, in the second period. Time is called. Wynn almost with the fall. Gets 3 more points near fall, so is leading over Caleb Marinser by a score of 7-0. Marinser gets a stand up. Wynn working up. Mat number 1. Byers and Norvell still neutral position on mat number 2. Wynn puts in the half Nelson as a bar arm, half Nelson. 30 seconds left in the third period on mat number 1. Not quite. There's some back points being awarded. Potentially dangerous. So time was called. Norvell gets the takedown with just 4 seconds left in the first period over Byers. Score is 9-0 in the third period with mat number 1 with Wynn in control. Has a chicken wing in. Standing up, potentially dangerous. And your winner, score of 9-0, mat number 1 is Ashton Wynn of Trigo over Caleb Marinser.
Martin, Boyington, stop of TNT. Next available, Brown, Phillipsburg. Brown, Boyington.
Scores 3-0 now on mat number 2 for Norvell getting the escape. Shoots in for a double takedown. Byers tries to sprawl, but Norvell gets the takedown for 2 points with 20 seconds left in the second period. Mat number 1, we have Mason Martin of Hoisington and Blaze Staub of TMP. Martin in the red, Staub in the green. Martin shoots in for a double leg, ends up with single. Trying to do a trip. We're holding on to the single leg. And good scramble by Staub at TMP. Takedown 2 for Martin of Hoisington on mat number 1. 20 seconds left. Time has expired on the second period on mat number 2. Score 5-0. Norvell over Byers. Ten seconds left in the first period. Short time. Martin trying to get the pin over Staub. And there it is with 3 seconds left. Mason Martin of Hoisington pins Blaze Staub.
Right now on mat number 1, bout 47, Brown of Phillipsburg, Brown of Boyington. Next available, bout 48, Keener of Boyington, Jones of Boyington.
I think the score is supposed to be 6-0 on mat number 2 with Norvell leading Byers, but they have it as 5-0. Bout number 47 on mat number 1 is Cerise Brown of Phillipsburg and Aubrey Brown of Hoisington. And Cerise is shooting in for a double leg. Looked like we had a scorekeeper timing issue on. They have a 7-2 now with Norvell leading Byers. Oh, I must have been a fall. I missed it. I apologize.
Now on mat number 2, exhibition bout 48, Keener of Hoisington.
So Cerise Brown and Aubrey Brown are tied up 2-2. And Cerise gets 2 more points. 8 seconds left in mat number 1. There is a reversal by Aubrey Brown right at the buzzer. 2-point reversal, so the score is 4-4 still. Cerise will be on bottom and Aubrey on top on mat number 1. Score 4-4 starting the second period. I have another exhibition match here on Phillipsburg, or on Hoisington, on mat number 2. Aubrey working for a half Nelson and pins Cerise Brown in the second period with 7 seconds left. So on mat number 2 is Layla Keener and Josie Doan. So that'll be an exhibition match, and they're doing time and score on paper. So, I apologize. I won't be able to tell you who's winning or. So we'll focus on mat number 1, which will be
now on mat 2, bout number 50, Schwartz of Hoisington, Arnold and Ellis. Next available, Baresh of Phillipsburg, Pryor of Oakley.
So we have on mat number 1, Carson Beal of Oakley and Cade Schwinn of Phillipsburg. Beal is in green and Schwinn is in red. And then on mat number 2, bout number 50, will be Paige Schwartz of Hoisington and Charlie Arnold of Ellis. And it looks like Schwartz will be red. Arnold will be green on that match. No score yet on mat number 1. Takedown by Schwinn of Phillipsburg. Getting some back points. 3 seconds left. 3 points near fall. And Paige Schwartz gets the fall over Schwartz gets fall over Charlie Arnold in the first period on mat number 2. Score is 5-0 on mat number 1, starting the second period with Schwinn leading Beal. Mat number 2 is Blake Baresh of Phillipsburg and Carter Cryer of Oakley, with Cryer in the green. and Baresh will be red. Score is now 7-0 in the mat number 1 with 20 seconds left, with Schwinn Phillipsburg leading Carson Beal of Oakley. And Cryer of Oakley gets a takedown on Baresh of Phillipsburg, leading 2-0. Has Cradle hooked up. Going to post it. And there's a quick pin by Cryer of Oakley over Blake Baresh of Phillipsburg. 20 seconds left in the first period.
Now on mat 2, round number 52, Beaver of Boyington, Springer of Phillipsburg. Next available.
Mat number 2 will be Landon Beaver of Hoiston calling Springer of Phillipsburg, and Beaver in the red, Springer in the green. Mat number 1 scores 7-0 with 50 seconds left in the third period. Schwinn in control. Gets the Cradle hooked up, getting back points. And there's a fall for Cade Schwinn of Phillipsburg over Carson Beal of Oakley. 38 seconds left in the third period on that one. Mat number 2.
Now on mat number 1, mat 53, Ronnie of Boyington, Brown of Phillipsburg. Next available.
Score still tied 0-0.
Rock of Phillipsburg.
Beaver of Hoisington and Springer of Phillipsburg. Mat number 1 will be Lillian Gradig from Hoisington and Michaela Brown of Phillipsburg. Gradig will be red and Brown will be green. 20 seconds left in mat number 2's first period. Whoa, no points awarded yet. Good wrestling there on mat number 1. It's a scramble. Looks like still no points awarded. Quite the scramble on mat number 1. Finally, Gradig from Hoiston gets a takedown over Brown, and now is getting some back points. Got an escape. And mat number 2 for Springer of Phillipsburg. 3-near fall for Gradig of Hoisington on mat number 1. Mat number 2, 30 seconds left in the second period. Time is called in the match on mat number 1, ending the first period with Gradig leading 5-0. Beaver shoots in for a double leg, countered by Springer. There's a reversal by Gradig, now leading 9-0, getting some back points. Starting third period on mat number 2, score is 1-0. Colin Springer ahead of Landon Beaver. Springer got his head up high a little bit. Beaver reached back for it. Score is now 12-1 on mat number 1. They're off the mat with 20 seconds left on mat number 2. Score is still 1-0. Grady leading Michaela Brown, score 12-1 starting the third period. Springer trying hard to get some points here. And wins with a score of 1-0 over Landon Beaver of Hoisington. Grady again control in the third period with 30 seconds left. Leading 12-1. Has a arm half Nelson. Tips Michaela over. Back points being awarded. And there's the fall. 12 seconds left in the third period. The winner, Lily Gradig, Hoisington over Michaela Brown. Mat number 2 is Abby Jackson of Oakley and Brooklyn Roth, Phillipsburg. Abby is in red, Brooklyn is in green. Leg bands. Got a takedown 2 for Abby Jackson of Oakley, but she had locked hands, so score will be 2-1. Abby Jackson over Brooklyn Roth. Abby had locked hands after she got that takedown. On mat number 1, we will have Rick Kreitzer of Ellis and Adrian Hassel of Phillipsburg. Kreitzer is red and Hassel is green, leg bands. Oh, nice reversal by Brooklyn Roth of Phillipsburg. Has the half Nelson in. Abby stands up and gets the escape. Scores tied 3-3. Just 5 seconds left in the first period. Kreitzer shoots in for a single leg. Drives it. Gets takedown for 2. Has a half Nelson in. Working for some back points on mat number 1. Hassel trying to fight off his back. Tied score on mat number 2, 3-3. Oh, that looked bad. I think we have a bad injury here on mat number 2. Mat number 1, we have a fall by Kreitzer of Ellis over Hassel of Phillipsburg.
Now on that one, number 56, Samson Trio, Sisson, Phillipsburg. Next available, Paul, Phillipsburg, Gilbert, TMP.
On mat number 2, it looked like an ankle or lower leg injury on Brooklyn Roth of Phillipsburg. So we'll go to mat number 1 with Rowland, Minkler of Phillipsburg, and Easton Worth of TMP. Or no, I apologize. That is Aaron Sampson of Trigo and Caden Sisson of Phillipsburg. Had change on the sheet here. I apologize for that. Sisson with the takedown, now getting some back points on Sampson of Trigo. Short time of 7 seconds. See if Sisson can stay, or Sampson can stay off his back. And injury default there on mat number 2. 3 points near fall on mat number 1. Score 5-0 now.
Now on mat number 2.
So Abby Jackson wins by injury default over Brooklyn Roth.
Next available, Johnson Phillipsburg, Rice to TMP. About 57 on mat 2.
Mat number 2 will be EJ Hall of Phillipsburg and Austin Gilbert at TMP. Sisson is getting some more back points here against Sampson and gets the fall in the second period with 45 seconds left. The fall is Caden Sisson over Aaron Sampson.
Number 58, Johnson Phillipsburg, Rice to TMP. Next available, Holmes TMP.
On mat number 1, we're going to have Garrett Johnson of Phillipsburg versus Logan Geist of TMP. It's like Johnson is red and Geist is green on leg bands. Gilbert is green and Hall from Phillipsburg is red on mat number 2. I'd like to welcome everybody who's watching the Ellis Junior High round robin.
Don't get your bag. It's wide open. You play it right there.
Mat number 1, we have a fall. Geist of TMP over Johnson, or Geist over TMP over Johnson of Phillipsburg. Scores 2-0 on mat number 2.
Next available, about 61, Phillipsburg.
Gilbert ahead of Hall. .43 seconds left in second period, about number 57, with EJ Hall and Austin Gilbert at TMP. Gilbert just got a take down on Hall. And there's the fall, Austin Gilbert over EJ Hall of Phillipsburg.
We're going to move now number 59, Holmes TMP, Russell Poisington. We're going to move you to mat 2. Mat 2, Holmes TMP, Russell Poisington.
It's like we had some score clock malfunctions on mat number 1, so they're moving that mat over to mat number 2. So that will be Tiernan Holmes of TMP and Kyler Russell of Hoisington. Russell will be in the red, Holmes in the green. It's about number 59. Holmes shoots in for a double leg and gets the takedown on Russell. Holmes had a half Nelson in, but lost it. Holmes gets him tipped over. Some back points should be awarded here. Russell trying to bridge off his back. Three seconds left. Holmes gets 3 more points near fall, so the score is 5-0 going into the second period. And Russell has choice and defers. Holmes chooses neutral position to start the second period. Holmes shoots in on double leg again. Russell tries to do a tip. Sprawls back. Holmes just rushed carefully here.
All right, we're good to go now on that one. We're starting about 61. Minkler, Phillipsburg, Worth, TNT, Matt Run. Next available.
A lot of wrestling there, but no points scored.
Cox of Boise.
Takedown by Holmes with just 10 seconds left, leading 7-0. And there's the fall with 5 seconds left. Tiernan Holmes of TMP defeats Kyler Russell of Boisington. Mat number 1, we have Rowland Minkler. Phillipsburg and Easton Worth of TMP. TMP is in the green. Phillipsburg's on the red.
Hernandez, Phillipsburg, Cox of Boise.
At number 2 is Yisa Hernandez, Phillipsburg, and Sarah Cox of Hoisington. Still having some time clock issues on mat number 1. Trying to get that cleared up, see what's going on. So we'll focus our attention on mat number 2. So on mat number 2, we have Jessa Hernandez and Sarah Cox from Hoisington. Cox is in the red. Hernandez is in the green leg bands. 15 seconds left in that first period. Score is 0-0. Time expires in the first period on bout number 62 between Hernandez and Cox. Cox defers. Hernandez chooses bottom. Oh, I'm sorry. I got that wrong. Hernandez is on top. Cox is on bottom. Hernandez going for a bar arm, wrist control. There's a half Nelson, bar arm, half Nelson. Cox fights it off, Cox fights it off. Illegal hold. 1 point awarded to Cox of Hoisington. Hernandez had a full Nelson and just barely touched the hands, so it was called. Hernandez breaks down the Cox. Still trying to get some scoreboard issues figured out there on mat number 1. So focusing on mat number 2 with short time now in the second period. The score 1-0. Cox ahead of Hernandez. Going into the third period. Hernandez chooses bottom. Oh, there was a roll by Hernandez. Cox countered. Cox trying to put in a half Nelson. All right, looks like we're ready to go on mat number 1. So we have Glassman of Oakley and, no, apologize, Minkler of Phillipsburg and Easton Worth of TMP. Minkler gets the takedown on Worth. Worth trying to fight off his back, but to no avail. 43 seconds left in the first period. Score Minkler with the fall. Now mat number 2, score 1-0. It was Cox over Hernandez, 1-0.
Glassman of Oakley, Stein of TMP. Next available, Foster of Oakley, Sisson of Phillipsburg.
Mat number 1 will be Keegan Glassman of Oakley and Eli Stein of TMP.
Foster of Oakley, Sisson of Phillipsburg. Next available, Rumble and Trigo, Sharks of Ellis.
Glassman is in red leg band. Stein is in the green leg band. Mat number 2 is Dradden Foster of Oakley and Hunter Sisson of Phillipsburg. Sisson is with the red leg band. Foster with the green leg band. Sisson gets the takedown, edge of the mat. For mat number 2. Mat number 1, Glassman. Stein had the takedown. Now he's getting some back points. 14 seconds left. There's the fall for Eli Stein at TMP over Keegan Glassman in the first period with just 8 seconds left.
Alpha mat number 1 is out 65. Rumble and Trigo, Sharks of Ellis.
Potentially dangerous on potential body slam, so the official called it. So we're going to start over again on mat number 2. 25 seconds left with Sisson ahead of Foster. Foster grabs the leg. On mat number 1, we have Pierce Rummel of Trigo and Carson Sharts of Ellis. Rummel gets a takedown on Sharts of Ellis. 19 seconds left. Sharts tries a reversal. Have an injury timeout on mat number 2. Foster landed on that shoulder pretty hard on that throw. On mat number 1, Sharts will start on top with Rummel on bottom. Rummel does a quick stand up, has a whizzer in. Carson reaches across to grab the arm, tips him. Carson has it in tight now. Don't know if Rummel can get out of it. There's the fall. Carson Sharks with the fall over Pierce Rummel. Rummel had a whizzer on, and Carson just reached across and pulled him under for the fall first on mat number 1. And I think we're going to have an injury default here. Hunter Sisson, the winner over Foster of Oakley. It was a good clean throw that he did, but Hunter just, or Dryden Foster just landed on that shoulder wrong. Mat number 1, Malia Vine of Ellis taking on Zeta Urban of Hoisington. Vine with a quick takedown on Urban. And there's a fall for Malia Vine. With 41 seconds left in that first period, Malia Vine with the fall over Zeta Urban.
Next available, Arasso of Hoisington, Hilly of Trigo.
Bout number 67, Braxton Shields of Phillipsburg versus Nathan Weber of Oakley. And it looks like Shields will be a green leg band and Weber the red leg band. I apologize, I'm working off bout sheets instead of the dashboard of Trek Wrestling, so trying to keep up here a little bit. Apologize if I mispronounce any names here. Still looking at Foster from Oakley. So we'll focus our attention on mat number 1, which is Braxton Shields of Phillipsburg taking on Nathan Weber of Oakley. Shields shoots in. Looked like he's going to shoot in for a double leg. Or Weber looked like he's shooting in for a double leg. Shields counters. Crowd giving applause to Foster, who's coming off the mat on mat number 2. "12 seconds left in the first period. Weber reaching for a single leg. 5 seconds left. Time is called. Shields gets choice and chooses top. Weber goes down on bottom on mat number 1. Weber gets an escape for 1 point, leading 1-0, starting the second period. Score still 1-0 on mat number 1. Mat number 2, we have Alexis Orozco, Hoiston, and Madigan Hilly of Trigo. Hilly is with the green leg band. Orozco has the red leg band. Mat number 2. Weber now ahead 3-0 over Shields of Phillipsburg. Has to be careful. He almost has a full Nelson there. Official's not calling it. Weber got a little lucky there. Apologize for the commentary, but he had his hands touching on a full Nelson, and they didn't call it. Shields trailing 3-0. Will take top on mat number 1. Mat number 2, we're still a tie score of 0 with 5 seconds left. Weber gets an escape. Now leads 4-0. Hilly gets choice and defers. Roscoe chooses bottom. Weber's got a single leg on mat 1. Shield trying to counter. Shield's trying to do a tip. Scrambling. Has Weber. Takedown 2 for Shields. Now trailing 4-2. 9 seconds left. Needs to get him on his back. Trying desperately. Weber just trying to stay to his base. And will come with the victory. 4-2 in the third period. Final. Weber over Braxton Shields of Phillipsburg. Roscoe in trouble on mat number 2 and gets pinned by Madigan Hilly of Trigo with 23 seconds left in that second period.
Next match on mat 2 will be 70. Keaton, Phillipsburg, Noble, Ellis.
On mat number 1, it will be Samantha Hall of Phillipsburg and Gracie Pope of Trigo. Hall will be green. Pope Trigo. Pope will be red. Mat number 2 is Seth Keaton of Phillipsburg and Caleb Noble of Ellis. Noble will be in the red leg band and Keaton in the green leg band. Hilly and Bo start their match. Noble and Keaton start theirs. Hilly gets quick takedown for 2 points. Working on a bar arm, half Nelson. Has the half Nelson trying to post the arm. Noble trying to counter. Keaton gets 2 takedown. Hilly's got her opponent on her back. Quick time of that one.
Next on mat 1 will be mat number 71. Bliss, Trigo, Hudson.
I apologize. That was Pope of Trigo with the win. Gracie Pope over Samantha Hall. I apologize there. Mat number 1, we have Caden Bliss of Trigo and Caden Hudson of Phillipsburg. Bliss in the green, Hudson in the red. Hudson with the quick takedown. Time is called. Technical violation, 1 point on Hudson, or on Bliss. So Hudson gets a point. He goes over to the coach. Two more points for Keaton of Phillipsburg. Has a bar arm on both arms. Bliss gets some injury time for that slam. Keaton goes for a bar arm chicken wing. Noble trying to fight off. Gets a reversal. Now only trails 2-4. 11 seconds left. Keaton tries his own switch to no avail. Noble trying to maintain wrist control. Mat number 1, the match continues. Scores 2-1 with Hudson over Bliss. Hudson has half Nelson in, bar trying to post the arm. Has Bliss on his back. Reverses it. 10 seconds left. Bliss fights off his back. Hudson gets 3 more points near fall. Scores 5-1. More back points being awarded. Ooh, I don't know. They do call the fall. Score is with the final. I'm sorry, with the fall. Hudson over Bliss. Scores 4-2 still now. Mat number 2. Just 15 seconds left. Noble trailing Keaton of Phillipsburg. Eight seconds left. On mat number 1, we have Bo Brogdon of Ellis and Camden Myers of Hoisington. With the win of 4-3, it was Seth Keaton of Phillipsburg over Caleb Nola of Ellis.
Christie of Phillipsburg, Dingle of Ellis. Next available, Shelton of Phillipsburg, Rose of Boyington.
Brogdon ties up Myers. Mat number 2 is Christie of Phillipsburg and Lucas Dinkle of Ellis. Brogdon gets a quick takedown. Trying to put in double chicken wing, it looks like. Loses control over it. Brogdon getting back points now on mat number 1 and gets the fall. 16 seconds left in the first period. Bo Brogdon, the winner.
Number 1, number 74, Shelton of Phillipsburg, Rose of Boyington. Next available, Hoffman of Boyington.
On mat number 1 will be Cole Shelton of Phillipsburg and Tucker Loesch of Hoisington. $18 seconds left in mat number 2. Score is still 0-0. Working out the first period. Shelton gets a quick takedown on Loesch on mat number 1. Loesch fighting off his back. He's got 40 seconds left, though, in the first period. Dink will start top on second period. And there's the fall for Cole Shelton of Phillipsburg over Tucker Loesch of Hoisington. Dinkle grabs the ankle, bar arm on each hand, on each wrist. Side of the mat, tries to put in a half Nelson. Now Dinkle trying to cradle him up. Watch his head. On mat number 1, we have Hoffman of Hoisington and Hunter Yingling of Triga. Hoffman with a quick takedown. $39 seconds left in the second period of mat number 2. Dinkle trying to control those wrists. Christie tried to stand up a couple of times. Now Dinkle trying to post the knee and cradle it up. Short time, and Christie gets an escape with just 3 seconds left in the period. Yingling chooses top position for Trigo, trailing 2-0 to Leighton Hoffman. Dinkle is on top this final period. Yingling grabs the ankle. Dinkle gets Christie turned over onto his back, getting some back points. There's the fall for Lucas Dinkle of Ellis over Blaze Christie of Phillipsburg. Yingling still trailing mat number 1, score 2-0, 30 seconds left. Not much activity on bottom. Yingling trying to post in a half Nelson. On mat number 2, we have Caden Seams of Phillipsburg and Dalton Seabolt of Oakley. Seabolt's in the red, Seams is in the green. Two points for Seams on takedown. On mat number 1, starting in neutral position. Oh, Hoffman gets the takedown. Yingling's on his back, and there's a quick fall. Leighton Hoffman pins Hunter Yingling from Trigo on mat number 1. And Seams gets the fall over Dalton Siebel of Oakley on mat number 2.
Up on mat 2, bout number 77, Hazelhorse of TMP, Bosserman of Oakley. Mat 2, next available, Blackwell of Trigo, Jacobs of Boise.
Looks like Ella and Jessica will wrestle again on mat number 1 in an exhibition match. Mat number 2, we have Colin Hazelhorse TMP and Coy Bosselman from Oakley. Bosselman wearing the red leg band, Hazelhorse in the green. Bosselman gets the single leg, shoots, takes him down. Gets half Nelson in right away. Drives it. Bosselman getting back points. And there's the fall. 42 seconds left in the first period. Coy Bosserman defeats Colin Hazelhorse.
Number 2, bout number 78, Blackwell of Trigo, Jacobs of Boise. Next available, Fink of Oakley, Foreman of Phillipsburg.
Mat number 2 will have Tate Blackwell of Trigo and Nolan Jacobs of Hoisington. We're still on an exhibition match on mat number 1. And looks like Ella. I apologize. I don't know what the score is. There's an escape, and looks like Jessica gets a takedown. Mat number 2. Got 2 points for Blackwell of Trigo. Lugan Jacobs of Hoisington. Cradle up for Blackwell. Back points being awarded. Gives up the cradle. Short time now. Time expires. 3 near fall for Tate Blackwell of Trigo, leading 5-0 going into the second period. Blackwell chooses bottom. Caution on Blackwell. Blackwell tries to do it stand up. Stand up, trying to get wrist control. Switch, gets an escape for 1. Now leads 6-0 in the second period. Blackwell almost got control. He's got it cradled up. Gets 2 for a takedown. Immediately gets back points and a fall over Jacobs of Hoisington. Your winner, Tate Blackwell of Trigo.
Next available, Simon Ellis, Farmsville, TNT.
Mat number 2 will have Fink of Oakley and Corman of Phillipsburg on the next match. Again, we have an exhibition match going on mat number 1. 2 Hoisington wrestlers. Fink and Corman on mat number 2. Fink shoots in on double leg. Corman sprawls back on the edge of the mat. Out of bounds. 45 seconds left in the first period. Fink circling around left. Shoots in on double leg again. Crossface by Corman to sprawl out.
Next available, Miller, Phillipsburg, Martin of Boise.
Corman looks like he's getting ready to try a tip. Circles around, no points awarded yet for control. Fink's holding on to that leg. Mat number 2, we have Brendan Seibel of Ellis and Ethan Fonstill of TMP. Fonstill will be red, Seibel green. 2 points given to Fink right at the end of the period. Will lead 2-0 going into the second period. Fonstill does a shot, gets takedown on Seibel. Half Nelson. Seibel trying to fight off his back, bridging, rolls through it. 2 near fall for Fonstill. Seibel has a cradle up on Seibel now, or Seibel gets cradled up by Fonstill. Fonstill gets the pin. Score still 2-0 on mat 2 with Fink in the lead. Mat number 1, we have Miller of Phillipsburg and Martin of Hoisington. Fink gets a little high with the head. Corman grabs it. Close to the edge of the mat. 7 seconds left in mat number 2 in the second period. Fink in the lead and still in control. Looks like Fink may have injured his wrist on the side of the mat. 2 points for Martin of Hoisington for a takedown. Fink is on bottom, tries an escape. Hits his hips up high, gets 2 reversal on Corman. Now leads 4-0 in the third period. We have a score of 2-1 in mat number 1. Martin leading Miller. Too near fall for Fink of Oakley. Fink maintaining wrist control with just 8 seconds left in the period. And looks like he's going to come with the win of 6-0 over Cleveland Corman in Phillipsburg. Martin still in control, 2-1 over Miller of Phillipsburg. Mat number 1.
Now mat number 2, mat number 82. Win Trigo.
Oh, nice rollover by Miller of Phillipsburg. Counters out of it. Oh, nice move by Martin. Getting some back points. Mat number 2, Ashton Winna Triegel will be taking on Carson Beal of Oakley. And Martin gets the fall over Alec Miller of Phillipsburg on mat number 1.
Now mat number 1, mat number 83. Flores, Phillipsburg, Swords of Washington. Next available, Youngman of Oakley, Northern, Washington.
On mat number 1 will be Velardes of Phillipsburg versus Schwartz of Hoisington. Wynn gets takedown for 2 on Beal of Oakley. Back points being awarded for Wynn. 20 seconds left still in the period. On mat number 2. Grabs the ankle to get better leverage. There's the fall with just 2 seconds left. Ashton Winnetrigo defeats Carson Beal of Oakley. Score 0-0.
Next available, Beaver of Washington, Brett Phillipsburg.
Mat number 2 will have Tate Youngkin of Oakley and Nathan Norvell of Hoisington. Score is still 0-0 on Schwartz and Velardes. Schwartz shoots in on single leg, gets 2 for a takedown. Short time on mat number 1, 5 seconds left. There's an escape by Velardes, just 2 seconds left. Score will be 2-1. Youngkin gets takedown on mat number 2, leading 2-0 over Norvell. Norvell gets an escape.
Charlie, you're up to 4.
Looks like we have a blood timeout on Schwartz of Hoisington on mat number 1. Focus our attention on mat number 2. 11 seconds left. Youngkin shoots in for a double leg. Norvell counters and gets 2 points for a takedown right at the end of the match, the period. So we'll go into the second period with a score of 3-2. Norvell leading Youngkin. Steel on blood timeout on mat number 1. Looks like she got popped in the mouth or something. Bleeding from the mouth. Youngkin trying to do a switch. Norvell trying to get a half Nelson in. Scores 3-2. Norvell ahead of Youngkin. 40 seconds left. Verlaudez chooses bottom. Schwartz will be on top starting the second period. Norvell's getting some back points. 3 near fall. 10 seconds left. Youngkin was able to get out of it. Time is called at the end of the second period, with Norvell leading 6-2 over Youngkin from Oakley. Mat number 1 scores 2-1 in favor of Schwartz of Hoisington. Locked hands. Official doesn't call it, right there by the edge of the mat. Youngkin on top, Norvell on bottom, starting this third period. Norvell is trying to do a switch and gets reversal for 2, leading 8-2 now with 38 seconds left in that match. Third period, scores 2-1 on mat 1. Norvell gets the fall over Youngkin of Oakley on mat number 2. Schwartz is on bottom, leading though 2-1. Verlaudez has a half Nelson driving it. Schwartz looks like she's trying to do a roll. Verlaudez has a half Nelson in, hooks the leg. The cradle's there for her. Trying to hook it up. Schwartz was able to fight that off. Mat number 2, Landon Beaver, Hoisington versus Blake Barish of Phillipsburg. Two more points for a reversal for Schwartz. So she leads 4-1 with 7 seconds left in the third period. Barish gets a takedown on Beaver. 30 seconds still left in that period and first period. Time is called in the third period. So we have Schwartz of Hoisington beating Verlaudez of Phillipsburg.
Now on mat number 1, number 86, Style PMP, Habiger Phillipsburg. Next available.
Mat number 1 will be Staub at TMP versus Habiger of Phillipsburg. Beaver starting bottom on second period. Habiger shoots in for a single leg on Staub. Gets the takedown and immediately falls into some back points for Habiger. on mat number 2. Baresh getting some back points on Beaver. Should be 3 more coming to him. Still maintains that hold, so no points awarded yet.
Number 1, number 87.
And Habiger of Phillipsburg defend Blaze Staub of TMP. Time is called on mat number 2. 3 more points for Baresh, leading 5-0 going into the third period. Mat number 1, we'll have Byers of Ellis versus Schwinn of Phillipsburg. Baresh gets a escape and a takedown. Or he may have just called it as a reversal. Schwinn gets a takedown on Byers, gets Byers on his back right away. And there's the fall with 39 seconds left in the first period. Schwinn defeats Byers of Ellis. Baresh still in the lead, 8-0 with 36 seconds left of the match. Mat number 1 will be Berzer of Hoisington and Charlie Arnold of Ellis on mat number 1. Baresh working on a half Nelson on mat number 2. Close to the edge of the mat. 6 seconds left. Back points being awarded. Nope. Time is called out of bounds. 2 seconds left. 2 near fall points for Baresh over Beaver. Leading now 10-0. And that's the match on mat number 2. Baresh over Beaver. 10-0. Berzer gets a takedown on Charlie Arnold of Ellis. 26 seconds left, leading 2-0 in the first period. Berzer has a bar arm working on a half Nelson. Baresh or Arnold trying to pull it off. Short time now in the first period. Time. Score 2-0 going into the second period. Claire Berzer has the lead over Charlie Arnold.
Now on number 2, number 89, Brown of Hoisington, Brown of Phillipsburg. Next available.
Mat number 2 will be Aubrey Brown of Hoisington and Michaela Brown of Phillipsburg.
Next available will be about 92, Chrysler of Ellis, Johnson of Phillipsburg.
And it looks like Arnold chose bottom to start the second period. Michaela trying to do a snap down, has a whizzer in. Has the headlock now without the arm. And Aubrey sprawls out and gets the takedown for 2. Now working on a half Nelson. Time is called. Full Nelson on Aubrey Brown. So Michaela Brown gets 1 point. Now the score is 2-1. Charlie Arnold trying to fight off that half Nelson. Short time. No back points awarded yet. Good job of fighting off that half Nelson. No points given. Charlie's down by 2 points going into the third period. Michaela gets a rollover. Aubrey has got the half Nelson in again. Now some back points being awarded for Aubrey. Claire gets an escape on Charlie, so scores 3-0 on mat number 2 or mat number 1. And Michaela defers on mat number 2. Aubrey chooses neutral. Charlie Arnold from Ellis down by 3 going in the third period with 30 seconds left. Needs to get a takedown. Time is called. I think we had another illegal hold. Or it looks like blood timeout. Nope. Official saw blood or something. So it looks like on mat number 1, Claire Berzer is going to win with a score of 5-0 over Charlie Arnold. And Michaela has 2 points there right at the edge of the mat. Score is 4-3. Aubrey a little mad at herself giving up those points right at the end of the mat. Does an immediate stand up. Michaela trying to pull her back down. Does so successfully. On mat number 1, we have Kreitzer of Ellis versus Garrett Johnson of Phillipsburg. Kreitzer gets the takedown and gets the fall over Garrett Johnson of Phillipsburg. 42 seconds left in that first period. The score on mat number 2 is 5-3 going into the third period. Aubrey Brown leading Michaela Brown. And then we have Rex Everly of Oakley versus Caden Sisson of Phillipsburg. Time's called again. 1 point illegal hold for Green. Sisson with the takedown. Reversal by Michaela. She is now leading Aubrey 6-5 with 30 seconds left. Aubrey trying to fight off her back. Short time now. Michaela is getting at least 2 points, back points. Gets the fall with just 1 second left. Michaela Brown over Aubrey Brown.
Number 2, number 94, Springer of Phillipsburg, Gilbert, TMP.
Mat number 2 is Colin Springer of Phillipsburg and Austin Gilbert of TMP. Mat number 1 is Everly of Oakley and Sisson of Phillipsburg, with Sisson leading 2-0 in the second period with 40 seconds left in that second period. Sisson working on a chicken wing, bar arm chicken wing. Trying to pull back for a tip. Everly was able to fight that off. Sisson with the bar arm again. 8 seconds left in the second period on mat number 1.
Reminder again to all spectators to please help us out. Make sure you're keeping your masks and face coverings on. Thank you.
Sisson still in the lead going in that third period, 2-0. Sisson shoots in for a single leg. Gilbert Sprawls, or Everly Sprawls, sorry about that. We come to the end of the first period on mat number 2. Score is 0-0. Sisson gets a takedown on mat number 2, leading 4-0 with 25 seconds left in the third period over Rex Everly. Gerber will be on the top position starting the second period. Breaks down Springer. And that is the match on mat number 1 with the score of 4-0. Caden Sisson defeats Rex Everly. And Austin Gilbert gets the pin on Cole Springer on mat number 2.
Up on mat 2, round number 96.
On mat 1, Carter Cryer of Oakley will take on Pierce Rommel of Trigo.
Next available, Holt C&P, Shield, Phillipsburg.
On mat number 2, it'll be Hall of Phillipsburg and Geist of TMP. Takedown by Cryer of Oakley. Getting some back points. Gets 3 near fall back points. So now leads 5-0 with 30 seconds left in the first period. Rommel with a quick stand up. Cryer's able to break him back down. Guy's trying for a headlock. Hall's got a tight, a single leg, but he didn't stick with it. Guy's trying for a quick tip. There's 2 points finally awarded for takedown for Geist. Gets Hall turned on his back. No. Hall was able to fight it off. Short time now on mat number 2. Score is 5-0 now. Cryer over Springer. He has them stacked up pretty good, and there's the fall. They're over Rommel. Cryer defeats Rommel by a fall. 45 seconds left in the second period.
Next available, Hassel, Phillipsburg, Word, TMP.
Guys still leading 2-0. Second period in mat 2. Mat number 1, we have Holmes of TMP and Shields of Phillipsburg. Holmes gets the takedown, and there's the fall over Shields of Phillipsburg. Had locked hands on mat number 2, so Hall gets 1 point. Trails 1-4 now, going second period. Mat number 1, we have Hassel of Phillipsburg and Worth of TMP. Guy starts on bottom third period. Officials talking to Hall. Worth was able to sprawl out of bounds on mat number 1. Geist gets the escape. Hall trying to do a throw, or Geist trying to do a throw. Hall shoots in for a single leg. Worth gets the takedown. Getting back points and gets the fall. Easton Worth defeats Adrian Hassel with a pin in the first period, 20 seconds left. Mat number 2, Logan Geist is in the lead 5-1 with just 17 seconds left. Has a cradle available to him, but doesn't take advantage of it. On mat number 1, we have Connor Colby of Trigo versus Eli Stein of TMP. And your winner on mat number 2, 7-1, is Geist of TMP over Hall of Phillipsburg.
Now on mat number 2, 101, Brian Ellis, Orozco of Williamson.
On mat number 2 is Malia Vine of Ellis versus Alexis Orozco of Hoisington. And on mat number 1, Connor gets the takedown on Eli Stein. Eli trying to do a sit-out, turn in. Getting Connor in trouble. There's 2 reversal back points being done. Mat number 1. Eli's still on the mat, so the back points are still being awarded. Malia Vine does a duck under and gives up on it, but had a chance there. Now does a pull down, gets the takedown for 2 on mat number 2. Eli is leading mat number 1 match 5-2. Malia is getting some back points and gets the fall with just 25 seconds left in the first period. Malia Vine, the winner by a fall over Alexis Orozco of Hoisington.
Next available, Hall, Phillipsburg, Hildy, Trigo.
Eli trying to shoot in on a single leg. Connor backing up. Eli gets in deep on a single leg now. Lifts. Connor tries to pull over. Eli gets takedown for 2. Score is now 7-2. 20 seconds left in the second period.
Match 103 on mat 2.
On mat number 2, we'll have Carson Sharts from Ellis taking on Caden Bliss of Trigo. Sharts will have the red leg band on, and Bliss will be on green. Score still 7-2 on mat number 1. Stein does a switch, pops up to a stand-up. Takedown 2 for Bliss of Trigo. Sharks trying to do a switch and gets it. Ties the score up. Oh, it's 4-2. I gave him a takedown and reversal. Sorry about that. A lot of activity going on mat number 2. 36 seconds left. Carson Sharts leading Caden Bliss of Trigo. And the winner of mat number 3 by a fall, Eli Stein over Connor Colby of Trigo. Carson's working on a half Nelson. Bliss peels off the wrist. Carson trying to post the head and get a half Nelson in. 12 seconds left, leading with the score 4-2. Has them stacked up, but not quite enough for back points. And time is called. Carson Sharts leading 4-2 over Caden Bliss over Trigo. Mat number 1 will be Samantha Hall of Phillipsburg and Madigan Hilly of Trigo. Bliss will be working off the bottom, starting the second period. Carson pulls them over. There's back points, but official's not counting it. Now Carson trying to cradle him up. Gets a little high. Bliss gets an escape. Scores 4-3. 40 seconds left in the second period. Madigan Hilly gets the takedown on mat number 1. Gets her rolled over for back points. And gets the fall. Madigan Hilly with the fall from Trigo on mat number 1. Carson gets some back points now. Short time of 10 seconds. Don't know if he can get them. Watch that arm. Sorry about that. Trying to commentate the official there. 3 more near falls, so Carson is ahead 9-3 going into the third period. Looks like we have an injury on mat 1 when Hilly pinned Samantha Hall of Phillipsburg. Looks like Hall may have injured her wrist.
Now mat 1, number 105.
Mat number 1 is going to be Nathan Weber of Oakley and Chaz Roth of Phillipsburg. Carson's shot in on a single leg, pulling it tight. Bliss trying to sprawl back. Carson leading 9-3 with 30 seconds left on mat number 2. Let's go of the leg. Bliss trying to get around stalemate called by the official. The score 9-3, 17 seconds left in the third period. Sharts over Bliss of Trigo. Carson gets 1 point awarded. Bliss wants to start in a neutral position. Carson needs to be careful of a headlock. Smart shoots for his single leg before Bliss could even throw a headlock. Wizards out, gets behind, works up. He should get 2 points. Gets 2 more points. Carson looks like he's going to win this one 12-3 over Caden Bliss.
Now mat 2, about 106. Urban Boys off of Trigo. Next available.
Mat 1 is Nathan Weber of Oakley and Chaz Roth of Phillipsburg. Looks like Rothmeyer got poked in the eye. Weber shoots in on a double leg, gets it. Roth tries to pull over, gives it up. Weber gets the takedown for 2 points. On mat number 2, we have Zeta Urban from Hoiston and Gracie Pope from Trigo. Urban gets the takedown on Pope, getting some back points. Into the first period on mat 1. Pope trying to fight off her back. Urban has the pinning combination in fairly tight. Three near fall awarded to Urban. Gracie did a good job of getting off her back there. And we're score 4-0 in the second period. Weber getting a reversal over Roth. Urban defers on choice on mat number 2. Pope takes top. Weber pushing the half Nelson. Getting some back points now on Roth. Phillipsburg getting it in tight, and there's the fall for Nathan Weber over Oakley over Chaz Roth at Phillipsburg.
About 107. Noble of Ellis. Hudson of Phillipsburg.
Mat 1 will be Caleb Noble of Ellis and Caden Hudson of Phillipsburg. Noble will be green leg band and Hudson with the red head leg band. Pope has a half Nelson in. She steps over. Urban trying to peel it off. Pope's got it half Nelson in fairly tight. She can post the arm. She's run out of time, though. Only 8 seconds left here in the second period. Pope runs out of time getting some back points there. Hudson and Noble having some good counter attacks on their feet here in the first period. Mat number 1. No points awarded in mat number 1 for first period. Pope has a headlock. All she has to do is just post down, and she's got it. All she needs to do is keep her momentum. There she goes. Gets at least a takedown for 2 points. Urban's clinched up, holding on to a 5-2 lead. Hudson trying to stand up, trying to clear his wrist. Does a sit-out switch. That's the end of the match on mat number 2 with Urban from Hoisington defeating Pope of Trigo. Score still 0-0 in the mat number 1. Hudson been trying to get an escape. Noble been able to ride him.
About 108. Myers of Boise, Shelton Phillipsburg. Next available, Gilmore at TNP. Rose of Boise.
Hudson trying to peel his wrist, do a switch. Trying to get wrist control now. Looks like he's trying for a stand-up. 4 seconds left. Short time. No time, no points awarded right there at the end. So Noble will be on bottom for this third period. Okay, on mat number 2, we have Camden Myers of Hoisington and Cole Shelton of Phillipsburg. Hudson trying to get some points. Noble just needs to get some reversal or an escape or something. Score is still tied, 0-0. Third period, there's one for Noble. Shelton gets the quick pin on Myers of Hoisington on mat number 2. Noble ahead, Noble ahead by 1 with 15 seconds left. Circling, Hudson needs to shoot in for a takedown. Noble trying to defend off, got warned for stalling with 4 seconds left. Noble just needs to circle around the mat and he'll be a winner here. I'm guessing Hudson will probably shoot in fast for a single leg, doesn't get it. And the winner, 1-0. Caleb Noble of Ellis over Caden Hudson of Phillipsburg. Number 2 is Braden Gilmore of TMP and Tucker Loesch of Hoisington. Mat number 1 will be Caden Seams of Phillipsburg and Hunter Yingling of Trigo. No points awarded yet in mat number 2. There we go with the takedown. 2 points for Gilmore. And the fall over Braden Gilmore over Tucker Loesch with the fall. Seams gets a takedown over Yingling of Trigo on mat number 1. Mat number 2, we have Hoffman of Hoisington and Nalee of Trigo on mat number 2. We still have a few exhibition matches that will be intermixed here as well. These later rounds give the wrestlers as many opportunities to wrestle as we can. Malee takes top going into the second period. Behind 2-0 to Seams of Phillipsburg. Seams gets an escape. Not Yingling. I apologize. Traxton, I had you on the wrong mat. Yingling has a head and heel opportunity right there if he wants to take advantage of it. Malee gets a takedown for 2, working on a half Nelson. Yingling trying to fight off his back. Seams gets another takedown. And Malee gets the pin over Leighton Hoffman of Hoisington on mat number 2. Yingling trying to fight off his back. Mat number 2, we have Jaden Boyle of Phillipsburg and Dalton Seabolt of Oakley. Yingling was able to fight off that pinning combination and get to the third period. Score is 8-0 on mat number 1. Yingling coming off the bottom. Seams on top. Boyle shoots in for a single leg on Seabolt, gets the takedown. He's stacked up, and there's the fall. Jaden Boyle gets the pin, as well as Caden Seams from Phillipsburg with the pin over Hunter Yingling of Trigo, and Boyle pin Seabolt of Oakley.
Next available, Brown Phillipsburg.
Bout number 113, Damian Gregory of Phillipsburg and Tate Blackwell will be wrestling on mat number 2. On mat number 1 will be Caleb Marinser of TMP and Tate Yunkin. No, I'm sorry. Damian Gregory of Phillipsburg and Tate Blackwell of Trigo is on bout 2. Okay, that's wrong wrestlers at the scorer's table. I was wondering what was going on there. So Caleb Marinser will be taking on Tate Yunkin of Oakley on mat number 1. Blackwell has the cradle hooked up. If he would just drive his leg. Takedown by Marinser of TMP over Yunkin of Oakley on mat number 2 or mat number 1. Lead score 2-0. And Gregory Phillipsburg gets takedown on Blackwell with just 5 seconds left. Both matches, the score is 2-0 at the end of the first period. Gregory will take bottom on mat number 2. And Marinser has choice. Tate Yunkin chooses neutral. He's discussing with his coaches. There's 2 reversal by Gregory of Phillipsburg. Blackwell's fighting off his back now. Back points being awarded. Two points for Marinser. Score is now 4-0 on mat number 1. Score is 7-0 on mat number 2. Gregory over Blackwell. Yunkin trying to fight off his back. Marinser has him in a good pinning combination. 20 seconds left. Yunkin does a very good job of fighting off his back. Marinser immediately goes back into another half Nelson. 16 seconds left, getting some more back points. Starting neutral position on mat number 2. And with the fall is Marinser on mat number 1 over Tate Yunkin.
Now on mat 1, bout number 115, Brown of Phillipsburg, Berzer of Boise. Next available, Jackson of Oakley, Brown of Phillipsburg.
Mat number 1 is going to be Cerise Brown of Phillipsburg and Claire Berzer of Hoisington. Score is 9-0 on mat number 2 with 20 seconds left in the third period. Brown shoots in on a single leg on mat 1. Berzer sprawls, counters. And your winner on mat number 2 is Damian Gregory over Phillipsburg over Tate Blackwell of Trigo. Berzer gets takedown on mat 1. And Brown gets a reversal with 20 seconds left in the first period to tie that match up 2-2. On mat number mat 2, about 116. Abby Jackson of Oakley will be taking on Michaela Brown of Phillipsburg. At the end of the first period, we were tied 2-2 on mat number 1 with Brown and Berzer. And on mat number 2, Jackson of Oakley gets the takedown on Michaela Brown of Phillipsburg. Berzer working on a half bar arm, half Nelson on mat number 1. There's some back points being awarded now. And there's the fall. Claire Berzer defeats Cerise Brown of Phillipsburg with a fall in the second period. On mat number 2, Jackson of Oakley takes bottom. Does a quick stand-up. Good wrestling going on mat number 2. Mat number 1, we have EJ Hall of Phillipsburg and Kyler Russell of Hoisington. Hall gets takedown on Russell. Jackson trying to get his stand up. Holds on to the leg, single leg now. Tries. Boy, good activity on mat number 2. Score still 2-0. Now there's a reversal, 2 points. 4-0 now for Abby Jackson of Oakley over Michaela Brown, Phillipsburg. Hall trying to work on looks like a bar arm. Maintaining control with short time there. At the end of period 1 on mat number 1, it is EJ Hall leading Kyler Russell. On mat number 2, the score is 4-0. Abby Jackson leading Michaela Brown. Start neutral position. Mat number 2. There's locked hands with a reversal. Another takedown by Abby Jackson. Getting some back points now on Michaela Brown. And Hall is leading 5-0. Reversal by Russell now from Hoisington. trying to get some back points. Reversal now by Hall. Score 7-2 now with 20 seconds left the second period on mat number 1. Jackson trying to get a pin here with 14 seconds left. Brown trying to fight it off. Short time of 8 seconds. Brown does a good job fighting off her back, but Abby Jackson gets the win, a score of 11-0 on mat number 2. Wrestlers will choose neutral position on mat number 1. Mat number 2 is Keegan Glassman of Oakley and Hunter Sisson of Phillipsburg. Kyler with takedown. Almost got in trouble there and pulled Hall on top of him. Was able to get out of it. Official calls him out of bounds. And quickly, Sisson with the takedown and getting some back points. Mat number 2 in the first period. Sisson looks at the official like, what do I have to do? There's the fall. 29 seconds left in the first period. Hunter Sisson pins Keegan Glassman of Oakland. Score is 7-4 now on mat number 2 in the third period. Russell had locked hands again. So Hall gets another point on technical violation. So there's 10 seconds left. And locked hands again, but I don't think the official, the official called it again. So it looks like EJ Hall's going to win with the score of 9-4 on over Kyler Russell of Hoisington.
Brogdon of Ellis, Hudson of Phillipsburg. Next available, Weber of Oakley, Christie of Phillipsburg.
On mat number 2, we have Eli Stein of TMP and Chaz Roth of Phillipsburg. Stein shoots in for a double leg. Roth tries to sprawl back. On mat number 1, we have Bo Brogdon of Ellis versus Caden Hudson of Phillipsburg. Eli shoots in on Chaz. He's got a double leg. Brogdon and Hudson having a lot of activity in the first period on mat number 1. Eli Stein leading 2-0 over Chaz Roth. Eli is on bottom starting the second period. Does a sit out, turn in. No points yet. A lot of activity on mat number 1. And time runs out. Score of 0-0 on mat number 1 going into the second period. Hudson will start on bottom. On mat number 1, Brogdon on top. Back points being awarded for Stein of TMP over Chaz Roth. Leading with a score of 4-0. There's the fall with 22 seconds left in the second period. Eli Stein pins Chaz Roth.
Weber of Oakley, Christie of Phillipsburg. Next available, Hinkle Ellis, Gilmore, TNT.
Hudson trying to maintain control. Hudson does get out for an escape. On mat number 2, we have Weber of Oakley and Christie of Phillipsburg. Four seconds left in mat number 1's for the second period. Score is 1-0. Red's choice. Can't. Noble tries to defer, and it's going into the third. So Noble needs to get an escape or a reversal here to get this to score it. Hudson's ahead by 1. On mat number 2, no score yet. 10 seconds left between Christie and Weber. Hudson just maintaining control. Almost a setback for some back points. Noble needs to clear his wrist. 20 seconds left in the match on mat number 1. Score of 1-0. Hudson over Noble. Noble trying to get an escape. No time left. Hudson wins with a score of 1-0 over Noble of Ellis. Oh, I'm sorry. No, Brogdon of Ellis. I apologize there, Bo. That whole time. Next on mat 1 is Lucas Dinkle of Ellis and Braden Gilmore, TMP. Scores 2-0 on mat number 2 at the end of the second period. And Weber gets his choice now and takes top. Dinkle gets a takedown for 2 on mat 1. Lifts the leg. Gilmore gets an escape. Scores 2-1 on mat number 1. Weber trying to get a tip. Has chicken wing in. Some back points on Christie. Christie fights off his back. Too near fall for Weber. Christie almost with a reversal. And Braden Gilmore got the pin on Lucas Dinkle with just 7 seconds left in the first period. Weber ahead 4-0. 10 seconds left.
123 will be exhibitions, but unfortunately we will not keep those scores on the track monitor. They will be kept at the table. 123 will be the last one on the monitor screen.
And there's your winner, Nathan Weber of Oakley over Blaze Christie of Phillipsburg.
Oakley and Sampson of Trico. That match is now up on mat 2. Everly of Oakley, Sampson of Trico, mat 2. Next available mat will be
on mat number 1, we have Malie of Trigo and Seabolt of Oakley. On mat number 1. On mat number 2, we have an exhibition going on of Everly of Oakley and Sampson of Trigo, it looks like.
Next available will be Brian of P&P, Jessup of Phillipsburg. That will be followed by Brad of Boysington versus Doe of Boysington. That match will be followed by Esquivel of Boysington versus Van Sykes
On mat
of Boysington. And that match will be followed
number 1,
by
Malie is ahead
Trio
4-0
of Phillipsburg.
and chose bottom. We got a reversal by 2 from Malie. Looks like Sampson with the takedown on Everly. And there's a fall for Malie with 23 seconds left in the second period.
About 126. Bright of P&P, Jessup of Phillipsburg, Matt 1.
We're finishing up this evening with some exhibition matches, and I apologize I don't have updated scores and bout sheets for you. I think on mat number 1 is Connor Bright of TMP and Jessup of Phillipsburg. That's what I'm going with. Jessup with the takedown. And gets the fall. Looks like William Jessup was the winner by fall on mat number 1.
Now on mat number 1, exhibition bout 127. Brown of Boysington and Dome of Boysington. Mat 1.
And mat number 1 is Josie Doan and Aubrey Brown. And it looks like Sampson from Trigo defeated Everly of Oakley.
Next available, that will be Colby and Trio, assistant of Phillipsburg.
So on mat number 1, we have Doan and Brown. And there is a fall.
Now on mat 1, exhibition bout 145, our last match of the day. Colby and Trio, assistant of Phillipsburg, mat 1.
And our final match of the evening will be Connor Colby of Trigo and Hunter Sisson of Phillipsburg. We do have Van Soik and Jessica Esquivel on the mat number 2. Connor Colby of Trigo and Hunter Sisson of Phillipsburg. Sisson will be green. And Colby is red. See if I can try to keep score on this one. Sisson trying for a bear hug. She drops down to a double leg. Elevates. Colby trying to lip. Sisson gets the takedown for 2 points. Leading 2-0. Gets the chicken wing in. Bar arm chicken wing. Driving it on Colby. Back points. And there's the fall. Hunter Sisson defeats Connor Colby with a fall. So we're finishing up. That was the final match of the evening, but we are finishing up here an exhibition of Ella and Jessica. Ella's on bottom. Jessica is on top, if I remember correctly. Jessica driving for a bar arm half Nelson. Driving it. Ella trying to peel off the half Nelson. Jessica has a bar arm half Nelson in. Trying to drive it in. Ella trying to fight off her back now. Rolls through. Jessica settles back. Loses the half Nelson. Ella was tough and fought off that half bar arm, half Nelson. Jessica puts it in right away. Looks like a short time now. I was watching the other match, so I don't know what period. We must be going into the third period. And Jessica is on bottom. Ella on top. Jessica does a stand-up. Tries to control the wrists. Peels away. Gets 1 point escape. Working the center of the mat. Again, this is the final match of our round robin that we had here in Ellis. Appreciate y'all being online to watch. 2 point takedown by Jessica. Ella, quick 1 count. Short time now, final period. And that's the match. And from just the scoring that I saw, Jessica defeated Ella, but we'll see which way the official goes. Yep. Looks like Jessica Esquivel defeated Ella Van Soik for the final match of the evening. Appreciate y'all staying online watching this, and have a good evening.